Welcome back to our Plumbing Level 4 review. Today, we are diving into Block B, which covers a wide array of piping materials, essential plumbing math, and the specific tools you'll use in the trade. Let's get started.
First up, let's talk about plastic piping. Most plastics used in plumbing, like PVC and ABS, are thermoplastics, meaning they soften when heated. When joining PVC, remember that it requires a purple primer before applying gray solvent cement. For underground HDPE, heat fusion is the standard connection method. And keep in mind, PEX has the highest expansion rate among these plastics, so always leave room for it to move.
Moving on to specialty piping. Cast iron soil pipe is made from gray cast iron and is typically joined using neoprene gaskets in mechanical joints or cold caulking compound. Always tap cast iron gently to check for cracks before installation. On the other end of the spectrum is glass piping. Glass pipes feature beaded ends and use Teflon-lined mechanical joints. Just remember to keep alkaline solutions away from glass systems. Now, let's look at copper tubing. Type K copper has the thickest wall and can withstand the greatest bursting pressure. When soldering copper, capillary action is the physical process that draws the molten solder into the joint. For underground copper water lines, you will rely on flared, compression, or brazed joints using a BCUP alloy. And if you ever need to bend hard copper, you must anneal it first to make it soft.
Steel and black iron pipes are staples in commercial plumbing. Galvanized pipe is simply steel pipe coated with zinc to prevent corrosion. When threading these pipes, the standard NPT thread is cut at a 60-degree angle. A good rule of thumb for tightening threaded fittings is to screw them in hand tight and then use a wrench for another 2.5 to 3.5 turns to ensure a proper seal.
A huge part of Block B is pipe math and offsets. Whether you are using 45-degree or 22.5-degree elbows, you need to calculate your center-to-center travel accurately using basic trigonometry. Remember that to find the true end-to-end cut length of a pipe, you must take your center-to-center measurement, subtract the fitting allowances, and then add back the thread engagement.
Using the right tool is critical for a professional finish. For cast iron, the wheels on a snap cutter chain act as pressure points to cleanly break the pipe. If you need massive torque, a compound leverage pipe wrench is your best friend. Working up behind a tight kitchen sink, grab a basin wrench. And if you are tightening chrome-plated pipe, always use a friction wrench to avoid scratching that delicate finish.
Let's briefly touch on valves and fittings. A straight pattern globe valve creates the greatest friction loss when fully open, compared to gate or ball valves. If you are replacing the packing in a large valve, use multiple pieces of packing material and stagger the joints to prevent leaks. Also, in industrial pipelines, a spectacle blind is incredibly useful because you can see at a glance whether the line is open or closed.
That wraps up our Level 4 Block B review. Success in this section comes down to knowing the specific properties of your piping materials, mastering your offset calculations, and always selecting the right tool for the job. Keep practicing those math formulas, and you will be well prepared for the exam.